Hey Ian and Darius, it's a lovely Sunday morning here in Belgrade, Serbia, and I'm pretty much on top of the city in the really old Belgrade Fortress. The Belgrade Fortress is on the confluence of the Sava and Danube rivers. So just been continuing the ride down the Danube River for the whole amount of time, and it was built in 279 BC. So that's going to be like around the Roman time period. It was reconstructed 3 times. Once by Justinian I in 1535, and then Stefan Lazarevich in 1403, and Nicolas Docat de Demorete in 1736. So it's had many defenses, and it goes all the way around this park, but I have like a lot of trees that are behind me. That's a pretty big complex overall. It's on the top of a hill, obviously, I guess you could tell, since I have the crazy view behind me. It's the core and the oldest section of the urban area of Belgrade. For centuries, the city population was concentrated only within the walls of the fortress, and thus the history of the fortress reflects the history of Belgrade itself. I mean, well, until they moved more outward with their wonderful glass boxes, as Ian likes to call them. The first mention of the city is in 3rd century BC as Singadunum by the Celtic tribe of Scosorcius, or I don't know how to speak Celtic, so hopefully that's around the same. The city fortress was later conquered by the Romans, was known as Singadunum, and became a part of the military frontier where the Roman Empire bordered barbarian Central Europe, and was defended by Roman Legion IV Flavia, which built a fortified camp on the hill of the confluence of the Danube and the Sava rivers. In the period between 378 AD and 441, the Roman camp was repeatedly destroyed in the invasions by the Goths and the Huns. This is an interesting fact. Legend says that Attila's grave lies at the confluence of the Sava and the Danube, under the fortress. So, probably just a random little legend somebody came up with to make it really interesting. Yeah, definitely what I like about it is the wonderful view and the fact that it has so much history. It's kind of wild to think that the Romans had it for several centuries, actually. That's really impressive. The Celtic fortification was a primitive one located on the top of the Terrazze Ridge above the confluence. Okay, yeah, that's where we're at right now. Celts also lived in small, open, and fortified settlements around the fort. So presumably it was relatively simple back in BC times, whenever it was had by the Celtics, and then when the Romans took it over, they really added a bigger complex, and then the Hungarians in the 15th century. So, yeah, that's my last video. It's like a pretty nice feeling being up here at the top. 4 weeks into my trip, and yeah, thank you, Ian and Darius. You guys taught me a lot. I feel like I understand art significantly more, and how history relates so intricately to it. I feel like I knew a little bit, but I'll have an immensely greater appreciation thanks to you guys. So I really, really appreciate you and look up to the both of you. So thank you.